Let's talk about B2B marketing. What if the way we've all been doing it, hiring in-house, managing agencies, is just fundamentally broken? Today we're diving into something totally different. It's called the Zulu method, and it's a completely new playbook for how companies can grow. Let's get into it.
In this quote, it comes straight from the founder. It really gets to the heart of a frustration that, let's be honest, so many of us in the business world have felt. Building a great marketing team feels like a constant, expensive battle, right? It's this endless cycle of hiring, hoping for the best, and so often just not getting the results you need. This is the pain that led to a new solution.
So before we can really appreciate the new model, we have to diagnose the problem. The old marketing playbook, well, it's starting to feel like a really high-stakes gamble, where the rewards just aren't what they used to be. But what does that gamble actually look like day to day?
I mean, really think about it. Every single time you hire a senior marketer, you are placing a massive bet. You've got salary, you've got benefits, training, onboarding. You're easily over $100,000 in before you even have a clue if they're going to deliver. It is a huge financial leap of faith over and over again.
And you know, it's not just the hiring gamble. The other option, going with a traditional agency, can feel just as frustrating. It often feels like you're paying these top-tier, future-facing prices for strategies that feel like they're stuck in the past. You're burning through that budget, but the growth engine just isn't firing on all cylinders.
So if that's the problem, what's the fix? Well, this is where the Zulu method comes in. And it's not just a minor tweak or a small improvement. They're positioning this as a complete evolution of what a marketing agency even is.
And here's the big idea. It's a true hybrid model. You're not just hiring a person, and you're not just buying a piece of software. You're getting the absolute best of both worlds. On one hand, you have a dedicated senior marketing expert, a real human, to build your strategy. And on the other, you get a powerful proprietary AI that does the heavy lifting and execution.
Okay, so that concept sounds pretty cool, right? Human strategy, AI execution. But how does it actually work? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the nuts and bolts, because this is where it really starts to click. It really boils down to this incredibly simple three-step process. First, you get paired up with that senior human expert. That's your strategist, your guide. Second, they deploy the custom-built Agentic AI for your business. And third, well, this is the magic number. You automate about 80% of your day-to-day marketing tasks. Just think about that. What could your team do with all that time back? Now, let's meet the machine. The AI system that powers all of this is called Darwin. And you can think of it as your own personal, non-stop content and campaign engine that literally works 24/7. Now, this slide is super important because it tackles the biggest fear people have with AI marketing. You know, that generic, robotic-sounding content. Darwin is not that. It's not a one-size-fits-all tool. It goes through this deep training process where it learns your specific brand voice, your ideal customer profile, and the ins and outs of your market. It's a personalized system, not some generic robot.
And just look at the sheer amount of work it does. I mean, we're not just talking about a few social posts here. Darwin is a complete content factory. It's churning out everything from hyper-personalized emails and paid ads to really deep SEO-optimized blog posts and white papers. It even creates viral video shorts and is constantly spying on your competitors to find new keywords and opportunities. It's an absolute workhorse.
So the main takeaway here is this. Darwin basically replaces the need for an entire content and SEO team. It consolidates all those different roles, the content writer, the SEO person, the social media manager, the ad specialist, all of it into one single, powerful, automated system that never sleeps. So we've covered the how. Now let's get to the why, because this isn't just about being different. It's about being a fundamentally smarter investment. And it's all built on these three pillars: strategy, speed, and scale.
This comparison chart just lays it all out, crystal clear. Just look at the speed. A traditional hire can take, 3 to 6 months to really get going? This model launches in under 30 days. And scalability? You're no longer limited by how many humans you can afford to hire. With AI doing the work, you can scale your output 24/7 without adding a single person to your payroll. It's a total game changer in terms of cost and speed.
All right, let's talk about the bottom line, the number. The starting point for this entire service, the human expert plus the AI engine, is $14,995. But that's not even the whole story. That's a monthly plan. And here's the really key part.
It comes with constant, free upgrades and updates to the automation, so the system you buy today actually gets smarter, faster, and more capable every single month, and you don't pay an extra dime for it. You're basically future-proofing your entire marketing operation.
This quote really just wraps it all up perfectly, doesn't it? It's not about choosing between a human or a machine. The whole point is to get the best of both. Decades of human experience driving the strategy, and tireless AI executing it perfectly, all aimed at the only thing that really matters, growing your revenue.
So I'll end with this question, and it's one every business leader should be asking themselves right now. As AI continues to change everything, is your marketing engine built for this new reality? Or is it still running on an old playbook that's getting more outdated by the day? It's something to think about.